Okay, good evening, my impatiens. How are you doing? How art thou? It's Andrew the Android Koloski here, and I'm ready to perform for all of you. Or maybe not perform, maybe perform isn't the right word. I'm ready to talk to all of you. So I'm going to read to you my mother's text messages from today. My mother said, Andrew, Easter the 20th, I can't have Easter here like I'd like due to you acting out. Look around. Nobody can be near you. Your moods. I am told to evict you. You were told to get stuff for doctors. Nope. Told to go to groups. Nope. You laugh with inmates how stupid your mother is for rewarding your bad toxic actions. I'm done, Andrew. If I have to sell the house to get you out, I will. I can't be your abused slave anymore. Everyone feels professionals you need to be kicked out because you won't grow and recover and be an adult about your life or illness. You must be forced. You're doing this to yourself. Nobody can take your behavior and unmedicated abuse. It's not like you who you are. We miss our son for years now. Your mind is getting sicker daily. Read about it. Oh well, your choice. I said I don't want drama, fights, or the hospital, but I don't want to take the Lamictal or any more meds, to be honest. I don't even want to take the Abilify 10 milligrams, but I'll continue taking that. You're trying to force me. My mother said drama is because you're sick. No Easter, nope. Your abuse won't stop. As off correct meds. We're all done. Go get a place away from us. Good. Be sick, but not here. You're forcing our hands. You don't want to be stable. Good. Not here. We take our meds. We don't ruin every holiday and chase everyone away. I'm too old, not well. We are all tired of being trashed. We have no choice but to force you to leave. Us alone. You're choosing to be alone. I'll give you Easter food while still here, but not doing nasty looks, yelling, smashing. If you don't get a doctor and therapist at Mercy, you will be removed now. I don't want this BS anymore. Go be an adult. Just can't play this fucked up roller coaster with your illness anymore. Grow up or not. Group home will take care of you, hopefully. My mother said, for your information, I will never cook for you again. You lie and lie. You said Thanksgiving, oh, I'm good. You destroyed a holiday, put glass in my eye. Nope, done. You did this to us. You. Blame yourself for not being well or people bailing you because you let your illness trash us. You don't care. You don't listen. You lie over and over. My mother said, you have been off correct meds 2 years and ruined every get together. No more. Can't do it. Too upsetting. So basically, shortly after my mother sent me that text message rant, or actually maybe while she was sending me that text message rant, let's segue right into this, my artwork from today. The first one is called Shut Up. I didn't actually say this to her, but this is exactly what I was thinking. Just shut up. You know, I was just thinking, shut up. And it basically means just be quiet. The next one, depression, no life, incel, pain, sad, love me, help, in hell, man child. So obviously I'm in a deep depression at the moment and I'm frustrated. And the last one, this one's a little bit of a change of gears. I feel so self-conscious in public, so I hide at home alone 24/7. So basically, this is basically when I'm in public and I'm around people, I feel self-conscious, so I hide at home 24/7. And that's the artwork from today. What do you think? Somebody said you didn't label the sun, so I don't know what it was. Green asks, did a 2-year-old draw that? Yeah. I wish my inpatients would go easier on me. They're quite nasty to me recently, which I'm not too happy about. They're pretty nasty to me. Somebody said I tried to apply to Starbucks recently, but I was too low functioning for Starbucks. No, I don't know if it was I was too low functioning, but they didn't hire me. Yeah, somebody says he does have a disability. Yeah, I have schizoaffective disorder, or I'm not sure if it's delusional disorder, but I suffer from severe mental health challenges. Basically, I suffer from persecutory delusions. I'm a disabled adult child. Yes. Correct. Somebody somebody says Andrew can't even go to the gym without screaming at people, "Tell me the truth." There's no way he could hold a job. There's no way Andrew could hold a job. So I think it's yeah. I mean, I got it. So I know everybody's. I know my mother's pushing for me to take Lamictal. Everybody's pushing for me to take Lamictal. Maybe I should just comply with it. I hate the way it makes me feel. I couldn't sleep on it. It was making me restless in the middle of the night. But literally everybody's saying you need your medication, Andrew. Pete says, "Bro, just take the medication." You know, I'm afraid it's going to get me fat. I'm afraid it's going to cause erectile dysfunction. I'm afraid it's going, but I just take the medication, I guess. It will make my parents a lot happier with me. It will solve a lot of problems basically, but I don't really feel like taking medication though. Dave says the troll garden always wins, Andrew. The troll garden always wins. Give up the pipe dream and live in the real world. Somebody says, you're under your mother's roof. She's allowed to put a gun to your head and force you to take your psychiatric medications. Yeah, that was Dr. Garrett's take too. He said, it's learned helplessness. I mean, you could get a job, you know, and or you could be homeless, or you could be in the psychiatric hospital. Basically, it's your mother's rules. You don't have to live here. Nobody has a gun to. I mean, you know, basically, it's learned helplessness. Nobody's forcing you to take the meds. Well, my mother is forcing me to take the meds, but if I don't like it, I could leave and not. It's learned helplessness. I'm not helpless. I could say no and leave and be homeless or be in the hospital. I'm dependent. I'm dependent on my parents, but are they kind of forcing me while I live at their home to take medication? Yeah, of course. But I do have freedom. I could live on the streets and take no medication. Abilify says she never kicked you out before. She won't do it. But you really want to call that bluff? Uh, Splurge Lord, who is Splurge Lord? He really Lady Gaga, but he said you could be a boy toy for a rich older guy. Yeah, that's always an option, Splurge Lord. But I'm getting too old to be a boy toy for a rich older guy. I'm getting too old for that. I'm 37 years old. It's not like I'm in my early 30s or 20s anymore, you know? Somebody says, "Why did my social worker give me the boot? Why am I not seeing a social worker anymore?" Actually, the reason was I was having financial issues. My mother was having financial issues, I think. Pizza Pizza is you're coming up on 40 years old really quick, Andrew. You're 37 in 3 years, you're gonna be 40. Somebody says, not even after Thanksgiving, the fight with your grandfather's picture, she didn't kick you out. Why would you do it now? She's bluffing. She won't ever do it. Green said, no, no, the girlfriend was just a performance. I know I don't have a girlfriend. Somebody says, you're lying about having a girlfriend. No, I don't have a girlfriend. It was just a performance that was fiction. I mean, it was kind of a true story from many years ago, but I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, and I haven't had a girlfriend in years. It wasn't a lie, but it was kind of like like artists when they create songs, they basically, you know, it was a song. It wasn't fiction because it actually happened, but um, yeah, I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, obviously. Haven't had a girlfriend in years. Somebody says, I would say you never had a girlfriend. I would say you're a 37-year-old virgin. No, I assure you, I've had a girlfriend before. Pete says, I'm afraid he's going to go back on the Lamictal for his parents on camera, then throw it up right after, claiming it made him feel sick. First off, like I said, I have esophagus problems, so throwing up isn't a good idea. And secondly, I used to puke the Latuda after I took it. And Dr. Copland said, pretty much as soon as you take the medications, your stomach, kind of absorbs most of it. So basically, there's no point to throwing it up because it just wouldn't even make a difference. So yeah, I was like, oh, did I take the 40 milligrams of Latuda? He's like, yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, and I'm not going to be puking up the medications anyway because I got like esophagus problems and acid reflux and EOE. So yeah, throwing up is not something that's in the cards. Somebody says, if I had a delusion where I was a rock star, I wouldn't take medications and jeopardize that. That Yeah, fair enough, Abilohai. Fair enough. I want to be a rock star. I. Oh. Yeah, I was chatting with some people on the website FetLife, but it seems like a lot of these people have had a lot of partners, and I'm interested in true love and a woman who's clean and classy. I don't want an STD, an STI, or anything like that. I want to, but like they say, you haven't had a girlfriend and you haven't talked to a woman in like years, and it seems like I could get a meaningless hookup if I really wanted to, but I risk STDs, STIs, and I risk, you know, so would you guys go through with a meaningless hookup? I mean, the woman is kind of attractive. Would you go through with it? Somebody says they would go through with it, but rubber up. Would you really go through with it though, or would you just try to find true love? Pete says, I've been there, done that. Somebody says, do it, bro. You only live once. Splurge Lord says, I have done that. Do I risk getting an STD or an STI, or what would you do? Obviously, I feel like I'm a goody two shoes, and I don't want to risk getting an STD or STI. I'm a little nervous. I kind of want to just find true love with my soulmate. I mean, but nobody's coming. I mean, I like the woman's kind of attractive, and I could have a meaningless hookup with somebody who lives locally off FetLife, but Abilify says, true love? Catch it, check it, change it, Andrew. You're not going to find true love. You don't have financial independence. You don't have a job. Just have the meaningless hookup from FetLife. Somebody says, when you have if you have the meaningless hookup, you're going to be limp and dry, and it's probably best to leave it be, buddy. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm more interested in a classy woman. Somebody says you need to get some Lamictal in your stomach before you get into a relationship. Yeah, I mean, like in a way, I kind of want the meaningless hookup because I haven't had intimacy in a long, long time. But I don't want to get HIV or hepatitis C or crabs or God knows what else. This woman seems like she's had a lot of romantic partners. Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, it looks like I could legitimately hook up with a woman who lives local, and she's into making content too. She's into creating spicy content too. But I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to go through with that. Because I don't want HIV, or hepatitis C, or crabs, or God knows what else I could get. Somebody asks, did you tell her about? Somebody says HIV version 2.0 electric boogaloo. Somebody says, did you tell her about the warts yet? They're not warts. They're ingrown hairs that turn into cysts. Pete says, use a rubber, dude. Quit being such a prude. He says, hook up with the woman from and use a rubber. I don't have cysts. Yeah, they're benign cysts. They're not sexually transmittable. They're not warts. They're not warts. Why is everybody telling me they're warts? The dermatologist told me they're not warts. I swear. I talked to the dermatologist. I asked him what they were. He said they're not warts. It's probably from sweating my underwear because I work out a lot. It's They're not warts. So he says, that sounds like warts to me. Yeah, well, it's genetic. It's bad, I get it, but yeah, it's not warts. I swear to you. I swear to you. That's what the dermatologist told me. He's a medical professional. I trust the dermatologist more than I trust you people. They're not warts, guys. Cinnamon says, I call them Shadow, the Golden Retriever's revenge. They're not warts. They're not contagious. Somebody says they're contagious. They're not warts. They're not warts. Stop it. Stop it, guys. They're not warts. We got Shadow's Revenge in the house. The dog lick. The dog lick. Somebody says Shadow is named after the dog from Homeward Bound. That's so sad. The dog sin. Yeah, she was a good puppy. She was treated well. She really was. She was a good dog. Splurge was, oh yeah, she was treated well. Now, come on, guys. Patrick asks, so why didn't you take the Lamictal? The adverse side effects, Patrick. The adverse side effects. So he says, you're nearly at 600 subscribers, Andrew. That's a big number. That's a gigantic number, guys. The numbers are rising. Shadow's Revenge says, every bad thing that has happened or will happen all leads back to the dog sin. Everything is a result of the dog sin. So he says, it took you 15 years to get 562 subscribers. Yeah, it took me a while, but I'm finally getting up there in my number of subscribers. I'm not deleting Patrick's messages, no. Why do you guys think I need the Lamictal so much? Like why? I think I'm doing just fine without it. Whew. I got the rabies vaccine, I think in. Pat says you need a mood stabilizer. Clearly, you need a mood stabilizer. You're not doing well without it. So Dave says you're batshit crazy. You're picking on old folks and yelling at the neighbors. Yeah, I was talking to somebody on TikTok. I don't want to mention people's names by name, but I said to this person, and obviously, I said to this person, let me read it. Hold on. One sec. I asked, do you think my mother is lying to me? They said to me, she isn't, but you seem pretty convinced. I said, so you think I'm delusional? They said, no, God, no. I just said, I hope she isn't lying to you. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Somebody says, how is the love quest going? Somebody says you had a bad day on Tuesday. You took the Lamictal, and you had a better day on Wednesday, and you're back on the Dookie bus today on Thursday. Well, somebody says, there's a woman that I'm chatting with on FetLife who, I could easily have a meaningless hookup with, but I'm afraid of an STD or an STI, and I'm really interested in true love. It seems like this woman is interested in spicy content and just meaningless hookups. So she lives close though. She lives really close, but I might be more interested in true love and finding a romantic partner. No, the woman is real. The woman is real, and she's located right by me. She's verified. She's real and verified. Cinnamon says, LOL. Abilify says, show her. Show her. But I'm afraid of an STD or an STI. I'm afraid of HIV, hepatitis C. It seems like this person has had a lot of romantic partners, and that kind of scares me a little bit, Abilify says, you should be scared. Any girl that would want you definitely could have something. Somebody says, what are you going to do if Christine kicks you out? It seems like Easter is your deadline. I don't know what I would do. So he says, you better start looking for a job in an apartment. All right, guys. I think somebody says Christine is full of it. She's not really going to kick him out. She's going to continue to enable him and coddle him to the end of time. But the end of time is coming. She will pass away someday. Then I'll be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. She will pass away someday, and I'll be screwed then. But right now, she's probably not going to do anything. So he says, take the fucking Lamictal, Andrew. I mean, I could call it my father now and take it, but... somebody says, I don't want to take this fucking medication. Somebody says, take it. Take the medication. Or somebody says, you don't want to. It's going to be the same. Somebody says, take the meds. Take the meds, Andrew. Take the goddamn meds. Pete says, at this rate, you'd be lucky if a group home is your destination. I feel it will end much worse, especially if you end up with this defiance. Your parents owe you nothing. So I agree with Pete. My parents could just kick me on the street. They owe me nothing at this point. Somebody says, you aren't taking this seriously and you need to. All right. So you guys really think I need to take the Lamictal? So he says, you won't learn any other way. Tough love is coming. Patrick says, yes, take the Lamictal. All right. Okay, let me call my mother. First, I'm going to tell my mother that I'm taking it. Just to let her know. Yeah, I'm on with the inpatients. They're all encouraging me to take the Lamictal. So I think yeah. Right. So I think I'm going to take it tonight, the Lamictal. Yeah, no, I don't really. I know I need to commit to it. I don't really want to take it, but is it really a medication issue? All right. All right. All right. Can you bring over some chips? All right. I'll call Dad and take the Lamictal now. Come back. Yeah. Everybody will come. The true friends will come back when I get on my medication. Yeah, they're afraid of me right now. Everybody's afraid of me. Yeah. All right. Let me call. Let me. They're afraid of the illness. Okay. So let me call Dad and take the medication from him. All right, bye. All right. Dave says, "Ain't nobody coming back, buddy." My mother said people might, but that's my mother's take. Hey, I'm gonna take my medication now. I'm on with the inpatients, so mute TV. I'm gonna call you through Signal. Bye. All right. Let's call Poppy here. Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
First, why are you being somber? First, I'll take the Abilify.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Why are you being somber? You said like you said it. You.
Oh no, I'm just sitting here. I'm a little bit tired today.
Okay. So first, I'm going to take the Abilify.
Okay.
Okay. That's the Abilify 10 milligrams, and everybody's pushing for me to take the Lamictal too. So I think I'm gonna.
They love you, Andy. I mean, people want to see the best for you.
Yeah, I'm not happy about the adverse side effects, but I think I'm gonna take it. So okay, let me cut the pill in half here.
I think you haven't cut one already.
No, I flushed that one down the toilet. I got to cut it again. I was planning on not taking it again. Okay, one sec. Okay. This is good. I gotta go. I'm taking the medication from Dad right now. I don't want that. All right, thank you, Mama. Love you. Okay. So I'll take the Lamictal now. Okay. All right, I took the Lamictal.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All good.
Sorry, I took the medication. I'm taking it every other. No, I took it. I took it 2 nights ago, and I took it again today. So somebody says. So I'm taking it. I'll in like a week or two. I'll increase it to 25. Then I'll increase it again. I need to take it again tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually we'll get it up to 50 milligrams.
You're going to see a big difference in the way you look at things, and that's going to be helpful to you, Andrew.
You think so?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Somebody says you need to commit to it. All right.
All right. Have a pleasant evening.
Have a pleasant evening. Bye. I'm not pissed. I'm not really pissed. Somebody says Andrew looks pissed. I'm not really pissed. Everybody's giving me advice. So I took the Lamictal. All right, guys. I know some people are like, oh, they want me on because they're afraid I'm going to vomit it up, but I'm not. That's not true, Pete. I am thinking about ending the stream, but I'm not going to vomit it. I didn't vomit it. I never have. I already have esophagus issues. I wouldn't do that. So he says, vomit's horrible for your teeth. It's horrible for your esophagus. Yeah, it's just, I'm not going to do that. It's salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, they're pretty good. Somebody says, I'm not planning on purging it. All right, guys, any more questions or should I wrap up here? Somebody says, stream the Lamictal tomorrow, too. Okay, I could. So he says, take it on stream tomorrow. I can take it on the stream tomorrow, too. All right, guys. Peace out, my amigos and amigas. Talk to you all again soon. Believe what you want to, but I am taking it. Some people suspect, you know, that I'm purging it. Some people suspect that that's not really the medication, but I really took Abilify 10 milligrams and Lamictal 25 milligrams divided by 2, so I guess 12.5. You can believe what you want to, but I'm really taking it. I guess you got to trust me, but I'm really taking it. All right, guys. Anybody have any last questions? Or I can show you the artwork again. I mean, we got some more people in the house. Here's some artwork from today. This one's titled Shut Up. What do you guys think of this one? This one's titled Depression, No Life, Incel, Pain, Sad, Love Me, Help in Hell. Actually, the Lamictal might help with this. And this one's called I have no I'm so self-conscious in public, so I hide alone at home 24/7. Somebody asked me if I apologized to the lady at the art class. Actually, I did. No, nothing happened with my art class buddy, but she said a lot of people were eager to rush out of there and left the art supplies on the table, and it wasn't that big of a deal, and don't worry about it. So she was very understanding, but I did actually apologize, believe it or not. Someone says, who the fuck is Ed? Man Crush Ed? This is not ED, erectile dysfunction, ED. It's one of the side effects to the psychiatric medications. Not Man Crush Ed. They're talking about erectile dysfunction. That's what I'm afraid of. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going here. Thanks for watching. So, peace out, my guys. I'll talk to you all again soon. So he says, Andrew is gay for Ed. Andrew is gay for Ed. Peace out, guys. Talk to you soon.